Biden wants to secure his presidential legacy by reforming Social Security. What are the changes and when could we potentially be seeing them go into effect? Let's talk through the details. But hey everybody, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I am your one and only daily advocate right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it, and I will continue to be here for you each and every day to keep you updated with everything you need to know. Let's talk through this. So, the latest estimates out of the Social Security Administration are suggesting that only 79% of promised benefits will be able to be paid by 2035 because of the trust fund being depleted. So, reform to the program is probably needed sooner than later. Let's talk through some of the proposals that Biden has on the table, as well as some of the other proposals that are also floating around about reforming Social Security. So, proposal number one from Biden. He wants to increase the minimum guaranteed benefit to 125% of the federal poverty level. Now, we've ran through these numbers in previous videos, but let's talk through these once again so you have an idea of what we're actually talking about as far as what do the numbers look like, right? So let's run through this quickly and I'll tell you exactly what we're looking at. So, according to my research, the federal poverty level is $12,880 per year. Well, 125% of that would actually be $16,100. Well, if we take that $16,100 and we divide it by 12, that brings us up to a minimum benefit that he's proposing here of $1,341. Now again, I just want to make it very clear. Of course, they're going to have their own calculations and it could differ a little bit from there, but this is just generally what I'm finding based on my research of the federal poverty level. Now, of course, it seems like their numbers are always a little bit different, but give or take a few dollars, we'd be looking at about $1,341 as a minimum guaranteed benefit based on 125% of the federal poverty level. Not bad, right? Considering most people are receiving far, far less than $1,341 per month, this could potentially be a really nice boost for a lot of beneficiaries. Not bad. What is something else he's proposing? Well, he wants to change the way that the annual COLA, or cost of living adjustment, is actually calculated. Rather than using the CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index, he wants to change it to the CPIE, which is the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, which better reflects prices that are actually relevant to the elderly. Not bad. Okay, so that again would help out a lot of beneficiaries as far as it would actually give you a more accurate boost on your benefits because of the COLA on an annual basis. I mean, we saw this year, right? In 2021, the boost was 1.3%. I mean, we've talked about this before. What a joke. Seriously. Prices have gone up far more than 1.3%. But either way, it would hopefully allow benefits to actually be boosted more appropriately versus this pathetic 1.3%. So either way, that's kind of behind us either way, but we'll continue to keep you posted with this going forward. All right, let's talk about a couple other proposals that are on the table right now. So, another proposal being introduced and proposed by Democrats is Social Security 2100 Act, which basically boosts benefits and increases the program's solvency over the next 75 years by increasing taxes. There's another program out there, the Social Security Expansion Act by Bernie Sanders, which once again boosts benefits for the lower earners and increases taxes. So, how does President Biden want to actually pay for all of this reform to Social Security? Good question. Well, he wants to do it by implementing the Social Security tax once again for earnings of $400,000 and above. So basically how that works right now is I'll quickly run through this. I know a lot of you probably don't care about how the whole tax thing works, but I'll just quickly run through this. So as of right now in 2021, Social Security taxes are paid on the first $142,800 of earnings. And then that's it. Boom. That's it. Well, he wants to re-implement that tax at $400,000, creating like a donut hole effect, right? So you'd pay taxes on up to $142,800, and then there'd be the donut hole between $142,800 and $400, and then at $400,000 again, it would kick back in, and those people would be paying taxes once again. Not bad. 400 grand a year. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that'd be like living the life, right? $400,000. That's a nice income. Either way, that's kind of beside the point. But either way, I was just thinking about numbers. I don't know. 400,000 sounds like a pretty fun number. But either way, so that's how he wants to pay for this thing. This is in addition to the other proposal that we've been talking about here on the channel over the last couple weeks. And this is a new proposal that just came out literally a couple weeks ago. And that is to reform this, the SSI program, Supplemental Security Income Program. Now, this proposal that all these lawmakers are proposing that they've actually sent over to the president is to increase SSI benefits, Supplemental Security Income benefits, to 100% of the federal poverty level. Now, again, as I said earlier, the federal poverty level, based on my research and what I'm finding, is $12,880. Well, if we're looking at 100% of the federal poverty level, that would actually boost benefits from the current level of $794 per month all the way up to $1,073 per month. Now, again, I just have to say this. Of course, their numbers are going to be a little bit different than mine, but this is just roughly, around that $1,073 a month. But either way, that'd be massive. Think of how much this would be life-changing for all of these 70 plus million beneficiaries between Social Security and the SSI program. It's actually more than 70 million, but roughly 70 million Americans. Just to give you a reference on that, that's about 1 in 5 people receive one of these benefits. So it's not like an insignificant number of people. I mean, it's a massive number of people out there who receive either some of these benefits, Social Security or SSI. So pretty cool stuff, right? So when can we expect this to potentially take place? Well, good question. According to experts and the research that I've found, or the research that I've did and the research that I've done and what I've been actually finding is some experts are actually saying that they're expecting a dedicated Social Security reform bill to actually come out later this year. The reason for that is they want to get this thing done before the midterm election next year. Hey, good point. They want to get this thing done before the election because they're anticipating they could potentially be losing some seats next year. Well, let's quick get it done. And for those of you receiving Social Security or SSI, I bet many of you are saying, yeah, please, can you get this thing done a little sooner than later? So, one thing we also have to remember, there's a lot of talk about adding it into the latest infrastructure packages or the American Families Plan, which is also a stimulus package. Let's just be real. Let's call it what it is. It's a stimulus package. But basically, they're saying, let's add it into there. Well, yes, if it got bipartisan support and the 60 votes in the Senate, they could add it in. However, based on what I'm seeing and rulings out of the Senate parliamentarian, it looks like it cannot be reformed through budget reconciliation, which would ultimately make them introduce their own separate Social Security reform proposal later this year as its own dedicated bill, which is, like what I said, some experts are actually saying that's probably what we're going to see later in 2021. So, pretty good stuff. Either way, it sounds like we're going to be getting some kind of reform here, or at least some kind of commentary, or at least something going on dedicated to Social Security at some point in 2021. And I get it. Many of you are probably thinking, hey, this literally cannot come soon enough. You guys got to get something done here. Please, you got to get something done. No, I totally agree with you. It would certainly be really, really nice to have that reform sooner than later, especially with everything going on right now and everybody really, really struggling. I get it. A boost to benefits would be certainly really, really nice right now. But either way, we have some promising proposals on the table right now to really boost up some Social Security benefits, SSI benefits across the board for many of you who are receiving, a few $100s per month, $500, $700 per month, $850 per month, $900. Maybe a few of you who are receiving $1,000, but honestly, there's just not that many of you out there who are receiving, much more than $1,000. I mean, most people, from what I'm seeing in the comments section, receive far, far less than $1,000. So if this actually happened, this could be potentially life-changing for many of you receiving these guaranteed benefits from Social Security or SSI. Now, one other quick note. I get it. SSI is not Social Security. Some people say SSI is Social Security. No, it's not. SSI is not Social Security, but in fact, it's its own separate program, but yet it is administered by the Social Security Administration. However, could we potentially see this reform to SSI in conjunction with Social Security reform? Honestly, I think you probably could see these two kind of work in tandem side by side together, simply because they're all administered by Social Security. So hey, why not? Let's just reform the whole program simultaneously, because, Social Security is just overseeing everything anyway. Let's just get it all done in one package. You know what I mean? So I think that's potentially something promising for all of these beneficiaries. Either way, I will continue to keep you updated, and I will let you know with everything else that I find going on with this. But we have a ton of proposals on the table right now. It is like ridiculous how many proposals are on the table right now for all of these different packages: reform, Social Security, SSI, stimulus checks, the infrastructure, American Families Plan. I mean, there's so much on the table right now. It's like almost a little bit difficult to keep everything sorted out. But either way, I'm your guy. Thanks so much for your support. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video if you haven't done so, and I will keep you updated with everything going on. Thanks again, enjoy your day, and I will see you in the next video.